Yippee! Kai! Breach! Welcome back to Fog Entertainment. It is day 6. Is it day 6?
5.
It's day 5 of the Fog Entertainment extravaganza. And you know what? We quickly realised that this wasn't working, didn't we? Movies like this do not deserve characters and deaths ranked.
No, they don't. They barely deserve a review. I mean, what they deserve is like a Twitter post where you're limited to like 144 characters and you basically call the movie shit on repeat. That's about as much as this movie deserves. However, I mean, we are going to review it because Bruce Willis was in the movie, so even though he absolutely sucked in it,
let's talk about a few other people that's in this movie. You've got Timothy F. Murphy, of course, who played Stanley. You've got Callan Mulvey that played Teak, he's in Par. You've got Corey William Large, who played Lincoln, who of course was in Poker Night.
Yeah.
So I believe, is he the only actor to appear twice so far in this month of movies? Halloween month of movies?
He might be.
I tell you what, like, he's not the best actor to fucking appear twice, is
We
he?
had Cody Kearsley as well, who I'm pretty sure is a big name actor.
Is he, aye?
I think he is.
He kind of looks like Josh Beck, doesn't he?
He does a wee bit.
And Travis for Fear the Walking Dead. If you know, you know.
Look, we had a bunch of no-namers in this film, but
And you know what? It's exactly where it belonged. And let's just address something. This made $39,000 at the box office. Yes, not million. 39,000. Not even like 390,000. 49. I mean, more. The average American makes more than that.
I don't think it deserved to make any more than 39,000.
I don't think it deserved 39,000.
I mean, this movie was extremely bad, and I don't care. We can say that Bruce Willis at this point is phoning it in, and he's not caring. But
Well, everyone else.
it wasn't like it was a one character, special where Bruce ruined this film. The whole movie is shit. You take Bruce Willis at this movie and it was still shit. So it's not like
He doesn't add. He doesn't take away.
we can't blame Bruce Willis here.
No, I'm not going to blame Bruce Willis. It was in a.
But when Bruce Willis is in a movie, you think he's got the potential to save it.
But this is Bruce Willis when he's done. Like, I mean, of course, sadly now Bruce Willis, he suffers from, I think it's like a cognitive disease where he can't remember. He's like basically Alzheimer's. And yeah, I think this is literally one of his last movies. So I'm not going to bury the guy too much because he is like a goat. He's on the Mount Rushmore. He's up there. So yeah, but obviously this is not his best work.
I mean, you can say that. I always thought the guy was a little bit overrated outside of Die Hard.
Of course he was, but Die Hard's Die Hard.
What else do you like him in apart from... I know he's in Armageddon, like...
Sixth Sense.
Yeah, I thought it was overrated.
I mean, he's alright in it.
True, but he's no Sylvester Stallone, is
He's
he?
alright in The Expendables.
Alright, let's just move on.
Oh, he's not. Yo, I'm not saying he's Stallone or Schwarzenegger.
This movie was very expendable. It was...
It was, but yeah, right. Earth, let's put yourself down on Earth. It is suffering from an extinction, damn it, level event. And 300,000 survivors are selected to board a spaceship called the Ark.
Yeah, so we're going to... The end of the world's going to be gone. Whoever survives, whoever gets put on this new spaceship, they will survive. They will go to a new planet, occupy a new location in the world, and we will say goodbye to everybody on Earth. So if you're lucky enough to be on this ship, then congratulations to you.
Yep, congratulations to you. You will survive, damn it. We have our main character called Noah. I mean, they do kill stowaways that are on this ship. Turns out he is a stowaway, just, pretending to be a junior janitor. How the fuck can you be a junior janitor?
Yeah, he sneaks on with his girlfriend because he's got her pregnant. Turns out her dad
He's like top man.
the captain of this ship. But what I don't get is, if this is really the last ship out of Earth, and Earth is going to cease to exist, are you telling me people at the gates wouldn't be more of like an outbreak and they'd be trying harder to get on this ship? Like, surely the world would just be lost. Would people just be accepting, being pushed back and being told, you're not getting on this ship?
No, everyone would be.
It would be all out fucking mayhem.
It would be. Everyone would be running for the hills here.
It was too calm.
Yeah.
There should have been riots. It should have been...
And it's not like they were shooting some people. Like, I'm pretty sure no one even got shot. One guy got took away, I believe, and that was pretty much it.
People were just getting pushed back and maybe escorted away. But if this is really the last ship out of town, then surely people should have been willing to die to try and get on it.
And as well, you're getting a lot of people here that are going into like a Cairo state, and then your main cast for the movie ain't going into Cairo state. They're like the workers, so to speak.
Yeah, so we had about, what, 40 people? Maybe not even 40.
Yeah, probably less than 40 people, to be honest.
Yeah, so 40 people.
I mean, we're led to believe here that 300,000 people are on this spaceship.
How big's a spaceship?
I know, for fuck's sake. I mean, who are we trying to kid here?
300,000, like, that's a shitload.
Yeah. We're introduced, though, to a few characters here. We're introduced to the big man, Clay Young, even though he's very old, so it's more like Clay old.
Yeah, he comes out of nowhere. He scolds Noah for sitting on his seat. He's like, that's my seat, buddy.
So get the fuck out of it. We're introduced to Stanley, of course, Timothy F. Murphy.
When Clay Young first comes into the scene, you think he's like the main man.
Yeah, and this is my problem, actually, right? You're introduced...
It turns out he's fucking
right,
nothing but a
you've a few women, you've got Isabel Ortega Chambers, you've got Teak in there, you've got Blue, you've got Shady, a bunch of fucking jobbers, really, right? But everyone, like you said, feels like jobbers compared to Clay Young. And then see when they wake up, hyperspeed is over, sorry. Timothy F. Murphy grabs this movie and he's like, right, I'm the fucking top man.
Yeah, he went from being just a background character to, I'm taking over.
You listen to me!
And Clay,
like, where the fuck did this come from?
Clay Young went from being the guy that was demanding people get his seat to
fucking mopping the floors.
I'm a fucking janitor and a half-time alcoholic as well while I'm at it. Part-time even. I don't know, I just didn't really get it. But I liked Timothy F. Murphy in this movie playing Stanley.
No, but Clay Young made a joke to Timothy F. Murphy, and then after Timothy F. Murphy ate his fucking breakfast, he stood up and he just roared for about 5 minutes.
And everyone themselves.
It was actually probably the best part about this movie, this scene.
The captain was obviously he was sleeping, he was in the
Cairo state.
The Cairo state, so I guess maybe Stanley was second in command. We see one of the members of, well, first of all, Noah and Luke Young, or whatever he's called.
Clay Young?
Clay Young.
Clay, buddy.
They're bunking, so they're sharing beds here. Clay Young's like, look, don't you mess me about. Don't let me down. When the alarm goes off, we have to get to work. So it looks like Clay Young, he's not the main man, he's a 9 to 5 kind of guy here, right? We've got Bruce Willis, and he's a fucking janitor. Don't quite get it. But that's how it's panning out here. One of the soldiers on board,
Blue,
gets not Blue. The other guy gets
Shady
infected. I think it was Shady. And I don't quite know what happened here, but he's drinking a bottle of beer. He spills over his beer, and then this big like slug-looking parasite crawls into the beer. He takes another sip. It goes into his mouth, and he starts getting sick. Blue then comes and goes, "Oh, what's wrong, buddy?" And Shady is completely freaking out here. Looks like he's in complete pain. And then he just seems to be okay. And he's like, don't worry about it. Heartburn. And then Blue's like looking at him. What the fuck? Because Blue is panicking. Blue was going to get a doctor. But then Blue turns to red. And Blue's just covered in red because Shady just looks like he exploded.
They had a bomb.
Just like a bomb. This parasite blew him up from the inside. And then it went and it crawled into Blue, just launched itself at Blue. And Blue is now infected. Turns out Blue, I think, is dating or secretly having a little bit of a romance with one of the females on the ship. She goes to see if Blue's okay. Turns out Blue's not okay. He's been possessed now. He's been taken over by this parasite/virus. And he ends up getting her head and bashing it off the wall a few times, and that's her dead. So we've got 3 people dead here in a short pace of time.
Yep, and it's quickly discovered that Noah is not a member of the crew and he's in fact a stowaway. So Timothy F. Murphy steps in, big Stanley's like, right you, and he fucking grabs him like, you're under arrest. And then as this is going on, they're in like the autopsy room, and then this is when the 3 victims, so to speak, awaken. And what happens here? Big Stanley, the main fucking man.
I feel like you've just skipped a shitload of the movie, like.
Have I?
Aye.
Well, look, the making moonshine stuff. I mean, that's all I've missed. That's just filler.
Well, first they're looking at the recordings to see what happened to Blue, see what happened to Shady.
Well, that did happen as well. You take it away.
No, sorry, you talk about it because you've jumped it. So.
Well, yeah, they look at the cameras and this actually took see, considering you've built a spaceship, right, that can hold 300,000 people, and here they can't even get CCTV to work on.
Yeah, it took them about 20 minutes to
Like, get that fucking work there, laddie.
to rewind something.
Yeah, and he couldn't get it to work, and then they eventually get it to work, and then like we managed to see on like the fifth attempt, Sherry blowing up, and it was awful CGI.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
I mean, I tell you what, they've probably blown the budget on the box office that they made on this fucking explosion. It just sums up how fucking bad it was.
Should have just kept it off screen.
Yeah, you know what? Seeing this is actually going to be good. Why not keep it off screen?
Because we already know what happens. You know, we don't need to dumb it down.
Would you say at this point the movie's done, or would you say at this point the movie was all right?
No, I thought at this point the movie was all right.
Yeah,
I think the movie takes a nosedive from here on out.
Yeah, I think it takes a nosedive as soon as Timothy Murphy's character gets infected. He gets punched through the heart, ripped out, and then that's him infected. And it's just a weird parasite disease, isn't it? It's not really explained. I mean, I get that element of it. Like, you can, that's kind of cool, but how are people, like, people are just getting turned all these different fucking ways.
Yeah,
and there's no real way of stopping them. And to me, what happens after this, it's like they're shooting them and nothing's happening. People are just getting turned left, right, and centre. The other people who weren't in this scene, they're like running past them. It's like, oh, you guys, you need to run. And then like they just stand there as Stanley turns the corner, then everyone else gets infected.
Yeah, it kind of sucked. We then gets like taken away, and then Bruce Willis is like, I'll be back. And then he runs into like the smoke, and like 2 seconds later he brings back Teak. So he really, Teak got taken away by the infected, and then Bruce Willis just goes and gets him back just like that.
No.
Like, no explanation. Didn't get to see what happened. Teak gets taken into the smoke. Bruce Willis is like, I'll be back. And then he goes into the smoke, and then 10 seconds later, he drags Teak out with him. Teak's injured. They come up with a plan. They send Noah through the shaft ventilations to try and get into the area where the captain of the ship and all the main military people are being kept. So Noah does that. He manages to wake them up, and now we've got a numbers advantage against the aliens. Teak then explains to Bruce Willis, or Clay Young, I'm going to call him Bruce, that he is the one that brought this on board. It's all his fault because he doesn't, he doesn't think humans deserve a chance to repopulate on a different planet. And it's like Teaks reveals himself to be pretty much the bad guy, but he doesn't even get treated like a bad guy. It's like Clay Young just ignores him. And then the infected break through and they kill Teak, and it's like, really? This reveal that he's the one that brought it on board just for nothing to fucking happen?
Yeah, and then it's like the infected...
Why was Stanley portrayed as the villain of this movie? Teak's the one that brought this shit on board.
Yeah, Stanley was just like the sergeant. Like, yeah, he's infected, right? But like, even as infected, they were still trying to portray him as like the antagonist.
I don't get it.
He was like lead infected.
We then get the main man, the military captain. He tries to take out the infected, but does a really poor job of it. Then he gets a grenade and he unpins it, and he says to Noah, "Tell my little girl she's gonna be all right." So
but I'm not, buddy.
At the start of the movie, he wanted to kill Noah, but within seeing about 15 seconds of him, he's came to the conclusion that my little girl's going to be okay because Noah's a great man. So I don't know how he could be so hell-bent against this Noah guy. He's knocked up my girl. I'm going to kill him. And then 2 seconds later, he's like, "You're going to be just good for my daughter." Then he blows himself up and he takes out a lot of the infected.
Like, also, the cleaning products managed to kill some of the infected. And this was also what Clay was using to put in the moonshine.
So it's like, how the fuck? I mean, what are you drinking? What are you putting into your body if this shit is killing all this, like, all these infected, aliens or whatnot? Then the 4 remaining. So Noah goes and wakes up his girlfriend, the captain's daughter, who's named Haley. So there's 4 left. We then get some big fucking looking mutant. So when all the bodies blew up, I guess they reconnected. They like merged together. So now we have this like big 15-foot slug looking caterpillar looking thing.
Yeah, Chambers is first to go. I mean, it's literally a slap and she's dead.
Yeah, slaps it, is dead. And
Clay then gets slapped.
And then slaps Clay, and he drops the same way as Chambers. So you think that he's just killed Clay here as well.
There was also a scene, right, where Stanley picked up Clay. I think it was a wee bit earlier on, and he went, "You've been lifting, Stanley?" I fucking lift the remote and turn this over, man.
Noah and fucking Claire, whatever her name is. What's her name? Sophie? Claire?
Haley.
They managed to run into the ejection place where they can eject themselves, I guess. Where the fuck are they going, though? They go back... I can't take it they're not going back to Earth. I know where they go. They go to this new planet, but they're going themselves? I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, there's literally... Like, there was 300,000 people
and they've just fucked them?
They've just killed them.
They're just fucking...
Like, there's no way not every single one of them was infected here. I'm not buying that. Like, I know they woke up some soldiers, but they didn't wake up 300,000 worth.
No, the rest of them were fucking... Surely the heroic thing would have been to try and eliminate the aliens from the ship and save the people on board. But they just decide, no, you know what, we're going to fuck this ship and then kill everybody.
Just to make it even worse, Clay rings him in via satellite and he's like, "See you on the other side, buddy."
It's like, "Oh, thought you were dead." And he's like, "Nah, it's going to take more than this to kill me." And he's drinking his moonshine. And then the infected close in on Clay and he
detonates it.
Blows himself up. He detonates the ship and the space shuttle that Noah and Haley are in then just ejects from the ship and they land.
I think the movie should have just ended with him blowing it up. I don't think we needed this extra bit.
They land in like this new
Earth
or whatnot. They're in a field. She's still pregnant.
It's a weird colour, this planet. It's like fucking blue. Like cyan blue.
Yeah, they've got this fire fucking flamethrower thing. For a pregnant lady, she seems very capable. She's running about. She's like on the ship. She was shooting all
I'm pretty sure her water broke like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, so I don't know why she's all of a sudden this big badass. Maybe she's taken after her dad, even though we didn't really get to see him being this badass. He just blew himself up. In the distance, in the background, they see a big, massive fucking alien, like a King Kong
like
on steroids.
Like a 1,000 fucking meter sort of.
Yeah, this like Twin Tower times 10 size of alien. So we see it like causing destruction. And then they see some like little girl that's turned into an alien in the distance and it's like running towards them. And she's asking him, "What are we going to do?" And it's like, he's looking at the big monster, then he's looking at the little girl and he's just not doing anything. And the little girl's closing in on him. And then he picks up his gun. He's like, "Burn them all." And that's it. The movie just ends. It's like, what the fuck? This was a shit show. Why the hell did Bruce Willis agree to do this? Did he really need the money that badly? I mean, what the hell? Did he wake up, check his bank balance, and it was Fog Entertainment revenue? Why the hell did Bruce Willis need to lower his standards to be in this movie? And I know you can argue, well, when he agreed to do it, he didn't know it was going to suck. But he should have paid to get this movie cancelled. See when it was finished and he looked at the draft and he seen the end product, he should have went, "No, hold on, remove me for this. I'm not having it.
Yeah,
I'm not associating myself with this crock of shite."
It's one of his last movies. Like, he won't make any more. Sad. But you know what else is sad? The fucking rating. I'm going to give it a 1 out of 10. I don't think a movie this month is going to be worse than this.
I'm trying to think of reasons why I would give it a 2. And I'm not thinking of any.
So you're giving it a 1?
I'll give it a 2.
He's getting a 1.5.
The only reason I'm giving it a 2 is because I actually did enjoy Stanley in this film.
I think maybe a 2 would be fair, because I think the first fifth of the movie was alright.
Yeah, no, I thought the first like quarter was probably...
See, to be honest, once they started actually introducing the infected, that's when it fucking went downhill. Yeah. And that's what the whole purpose of the movie's about, so...
Yeah, I've seen it was just a movie where they just sat on a plane and had wee jokes and shit. And
it might have been alright.
And Clay Young just did his wee mops to the floor. The movie may have been...
you know what? This movie could have been like a serial killer loose on...
I know, but like you compare this to like Alien and stuff, movies that are set 40 years ago, and how the hell did the movies that set back then look better than what we've seen in this?
Yeah, they got it so wrong here, guys. But anyway, that's where we're going to leave you.
There's no excuse for a movie in 2020 looking this bad.
No.
Especially something with a budget. You know, what was the budget for this movie?
I can't find it anywhere, which is concerning, which makes me think...
Look, they had Bruce Willis in it, so therefore it must have had a decent budget.
And a few other people that are alright.
Yeah, because you don't have a cast like this if you have a shit budget. Unless they spent the entire budget on the cast and had nothing left for the movie.
It could be that.
So I mean, maybe the entire budget got blown on Bruce Willis's salary.
I mean, it could be that, like, but we'll take a quick look. I'll Google it and see there's nothing coming up for the budget. It just says the revenue was $39,000. I mean, that's mad. I mean, it got a 2.9 rating on IMDb, so we've rated that, 1.4 lower? I think that's about fair.
2.9 is a little bit optimistic.
Yeah, 2.9 is optimistic. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say it is going to be the worst movie this month. Someone on IMDb said worse CGI than the special effects of a B-grade movie from the 50s.
Pretty awful and very low budget. I'd like to know where they found out the budget details. It was still good enough for them to give it a 3 out of 10 though.
He says they should have sent Bruce Willis into the air vent and gave him the old line from Die Hard. Come to the coast, have a few Yeah, why not? Fucking, they could have made it a Die Hard ripoff.
Okay, aye. Where's Samuel L. Jackson? You need him?
Where's the lamb sauce? Anyway, guys, 1.5 out of 10. Until next time, peace.